Hi kids! Today in this video, we're going to learn about the story of how Nehemiah faced problems among God's people. Are you ready to hear the story? So let's get started. Nehemiah had faced threats from their enemies, but now there was a new problem among the builders. Many had left their work to build the walls and needed money for food and to pay their heavy taxes to the king of Persia. The poorest people borrowed money from rich Jews, and to do this, the Jews were charging them very high interest rates on their loans. And when they could not repay the loans, the rich people were threatening the poor people to sell their children as slaves. Hearing that, so Nehemiah called the people together and addressed the greedy Jews. He pointed out that he had 150 people working for him who were lending money and grain, but they were not charging interest. He looked at them and said, "What you are doing is not right and against God's laws. You must stop charging interest. Give back the fields, vineyards, olive groves, and houses you have taken, as well as the extra money that you have charged." Hearing that, the rich Jews were very ashamed and they agreed. So Nehemiah shook the long cloak he was wearing and warned, saying, "God will shake out anyone from their home and property who does not keep their promise to repay." Then the builders were able to continue building so that only the gates remained. Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem hatched a plot against Nehemiah by inviting him to a meeting in a village on the plain of Ono, which is 30 miles away from Jerusalem. But Nehemiah replied, saying, "I am working on a great project. Why should the work stop for your meeting?" And for 4 times they sent the same sealed message, and each time Nehemiah refused to go. So they sent him a fifth invite, leaving the letter unsealed so others could read it and think that Nehemiah was planning a rebellion against the king of Persia. But Nehemiah pointed out the letter was a devious plot to stop the work and prayed to God, saying, "Strengthen our hands." So Nehemiah's enemies tried another plot. They paid a man named Shemaiah, who was living in Jerusalem, to take a message to Nehemiah, warning of a plot to kill him that night. So Shemaiah met Nehemiah and said, "Let us hide together in the holy place of the temple and lock the doors, for no one will find us there." But Nehemiah knew that God's law stated that only a priest could enter the holy place of the temple, and to hide in the temple would be to disobey God. So he refused to run away or hide in the temple, trusting God to protect him. And Nehemiah's enemies had failed again. Finally, just 52 days after the project began, the walls and gates were finished. The enemies who had opposed the building work became very afraid because they knew that this work had been done with the help of God. The end. And I hope you had fun learning about the story of how Nehemiah faced problems among God's people. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Bible videos. Bye.